today let's talk about eating during the holidays. So I know all of you are coming up on a holiday where you may have some anxiety about what's being served to you, what's being expected of you, temptation, or the hibernation of winter, which means the increase of alcohol, the increase of fatty and high-calorie foods, the convenience of sweets and other detrimental ingredients that we always are working from a -10 when we start that process in the very next year as to how we're actually going to live our best life. I really want to give you some strategies you may have never heard of that is science-backed, research-based, that are going to make sure that, again, you're not storing fat, you are being able to stay at a nice clean level throughout the actual holiday season. So you're starting next year with a good clean slate, the life that you want to live, the body that you want to have, and the actual confidence that's going to give you that quality of life that you want to lead. So first off, number one, tried and true, the order of your eating. Let's just say you have a nice good plate of food, maybe a holiday ham, a green bean casserole, some mashed potatoes and gravy, some bread, and then a dessert. The order of which you actually eat is going to have a big effect on being able to level that blood sugar from where it would be spiking and getting it back down to a normal and regulated level as quickly as possible. The thing that you want to remember is to eat your protein first. That would be in our example here, the actual holiday ham, and eat your breads last. The refined breads, the dinner roll that we actually had in the example, have that last along with your sweets. So if you eat that in order, you are going to have a better and more likelihood of being able to even out those blood sugars. Number two, being active directly after your meal. So let's go back to our example. Holiday ham, mashed potatoes, green bean casserole, bread, dessert, so on and so forth. What happens when you're done? You've probably already stuffed yourself. The mentality is, I want to just go lay down, I want to take a nap, that's what feels good right now. But you're going to want to fight that urge, and studies show, science says that in order to mitigate the actual insulin spike, the best thing to do is to be able to immediately get up and be active. My advice to you, go take about a 15 to 30 minute walk with your family and connect a little bit better. Nice, slow, and easy. Be able to allow that food to digest, be able to mitigate the spikes that come along with inactivity after a very unhealthy meal. The third strategy and tip for you is all about being able to make things inconvenient. I think that I find more often than not where people are struggling is food is actually too convenient for you, and there's no real barrier or hurdle for you to actually have a moment of conscious clarity into whether or not that's a good behavior for you. So the tip is to be able to create some inconvenience. What does that actually mean? Let's actually take a couple of examples. So instead of eating just any cookie, think about the only way that you're actually going to eat cookies is if you actually are eating dark chocolate, or you're eating gluten-free flours, or you're eating maybe a fancy cookie like a rosemary shortbread. The likelihood of somebody dropping that off on your door is very low. So the likelihood of you being able to uphold that inconvenience of the fact that you are gonna eat cookies, but you're only gonna eat it if the level, the quality, the uniqueness is at my standard. Maybe I eat duck instead of ham. Maybe I only eat jasmine rice from the Orient, the black jasmine Orient rice versus the long grain white rice. Whatever the case may be, you make your own story, but create some inconveniences by the quality or uniqueness of the food. Another example of inconvenience is maybe just place your food where you're not seeing it day in and day out and able to just walk by and grab it. So place the candies in the cupboard, put your alcohol in the outdoor fridge. Do the things that don't allow you to easily, unconsciously just go ahead and grab something and making it too easy for you to make bad decisions. So there you have it, 3 phenomenal tips that most people aren't telling you, but are backed by science as being able to have an effective mitigation for detriment during poor eating periods like the holiday time.